Indonesia is a culturally diverse country, with over 300 ethnicities and more than 700 dialects represented. Indonesian art plays a strong role in representing such diversity through a balance of traditional and modern art forms that still encapsulate the Indonesian identity. In 2017, the contemporary art scene in Jakarta is thriving. However, there are limits within the fields, such as the strong patriarchal values which dominate cultural perceptions. This bears the question, are female artists represented to their full potential in Indonesia's developing art industry? Art One Gallery is an award-winning gallery that over the past 30 years has been exhibiting Indonesia's trending artwork. Loana Francisca has been a loyal guide at the gallery for the past 3 years.
In our museum and gallery, the most artists is male. Over time, there are female artists, one or two, such as Achoy Christine, the most female artist, and Dia Yulianti, a sculpture artist.
While the gallery works to promote Indonesian art to its fullest, female representation appears not to be as prioritized. One reason could be that art is not promoted to the younger female generations. At Universitas Indonesia, located in Depok, there are a great range of courses available, making it one of the most prestigious tertiary educational institutions in the country. Still, the university does not offer any courses related to the fine arts. Margaretha Narissa Angelina has been passionate about dance since a young age, yet has taken a different career direction to study communication and broadcasting.
I did attend class since kindergarten. I'm a dancer. From ballet to Indonesian traditional dances till now. I thought that I can be a dancer, but then I don't think it has a great potential here in Indonesia, so I decided to make dancing only a hobby but not a career path. Arts is not considered a very profitable career path.
Aisha Nadira likewise studies communication and media and shares a similar opinion, believing art is not a viable career option for women.
I think it's fun to do some art when I was a kid in school, so not just only learn, but I don't consider it as a career. Basically, I only see men in art job, and when a woman do the art job, I usually see that the wife of men that do art.
General consensus amongst the students agreed there was minimal support for women pursuing the arts. However, they were strongly familiar with Indonesian traditional art forms such as kebaya and batik.
Modern, well-known female artist in Indonesia that I know is Era Avanti. She is one of designer batik in Indonesia. Kebaya and batik for me is timeless. I think it can empower women because it shows the image of Indonesia in herself when she wears it.
I personally love batik. I think it empowers women because when you trace it back to the history, you can sense the identity of it, and when you know who you are, when you know your identity, you can step forward.
In fact, historically, women have been the dominant producers of batik, and they are still working today to preserve it. Batik is a traditional Indonesian decorating technique for fabric and textiles, involving wax and dye to create elaborate and colorful pattern pieces. At Palabatu Batik Village, located in Tepet, South Jakarta, the alleyways are vibrantly decorated throughout with batik patterns. Here, batik is produced and taught by the female villagers to thousands of visitors. Budi Dewi Haryanto co-founded the village in 2011 in an effort to empower the villagers and simultaneously promote batik.
Menurut saya, batik itu adalah suatu proses membuat motif di atas kain dengan menggunakan canting tulis maupun canting cap, dan media sarana untuk perintangnya adalah malam. Dan itu menjadi salah satu tradisi yang memang yang dibuat di Indonesia. Kami mengajak warga maupun warga Palbatu maupun di luar warga Palbatu untuk lebih memahami mengenai proses membatik itu, sehingga mereka lebih menghargai budaya yang ada di Indonesia ini.
Within the village, there are 10 women employed to teach batik. They can earn up to 6 million Indonesian rupiahs a month.
Mereka biasanya seperti layaknya ibu-ibu yang lain, membantu keluarga atau mengurus anak, tapi sehingga dengan adanya kegiatan ini menjadi nilai tambah juga. Selain mengurus keluarga atau urusan rumah tangga, mereka juga bisa melakukan suatu pendapatan untuk membantu keluarga juga dengan mengajar batik.
Such as Irina, who has been working at the batik village for just over 3 years.
Sebelum ibu mengajar batik di sini, ibu adalah ibu rumah tangga yang tugas sehari-harinya biasa mengurus kebutuhan di rumah dan mengantar anak sekolah seperti itu.
She specializes in teaching the canting and coloring of batik. Work here helps her to finance her children's education.
Kami sukanya itu ketika mencanting. Umpamanya kita juga lagi bete gitu ya di rumah, datang deh ke rumah batik deh. Kita juga selain membuat taplak meja, kita juga membuat inan kursi, bantal kursi gitu. Kita mencantingnya dan motifnya itu memang kebanyakan kita sukanya itu motif bunga.
Sri Suyani was also originally a housewife, but became part of Palabatu Batik Village in 2012.
Saya suka di batik itu banyak teman, terus banyak pengalaman juga yang dari nol saya nggak bisa, cuman bisa pakai baju batik. Sampai sekarang saya bisa jadi pendamping pengajar. Kita memperdayakan ibu-ibu kan di sini kan ibu-ibu rumah tangga ya. Ada yang punya suami, ada yang enggak, tapi kan punya tanggungan masing-masing.
Selama kita juga terus mengedukasi masyarakat bahwa batik itu sesuatu hal yang menarik dan unik, sekaligus juga bentuk sebagai warisan budaya, kami atau saya pribadi akan merasa itu akan jangka panjang. Karena sampai saat ini aja sudah puluhan abad, sehingga saya rasa mudah-mudahan bisa menjadi satu nilai tambah untuk kedepannya juga.
On the other side of Jakarta, several women gather in an effort to conserve another style within traditional Indonesian culture, known as kebaya. The outfit typically consists of the kebaya blouse, paired with a keransang brooch and sarong. While historically it was worn daily, it is now reserved for formal occasions. However, the women of Perempuan Bara Kebaya Jakarta have committed to reviving kebaya and fighting for its place in this contemporary fashion scene. Leah Nathalia, a second-year member of Perempuan Berpakaian, has organized today's gathering of local women.
Chatra Kebaya is a community which aiming to preserve Indonesian cultural heritage, in particular traditional costume, specifically kebaya. Why? Our ancestors wearing kebaya as daily outfits, but because of technology, migration of people, and so on, now it's rarely to see kebaya has been used. The beauty in kebaya, the diversity of Indonesia in kebaya, the unique of Indonesia in kebaya.
The women of the group, as a form of activism, wear the kebaya style daily.
I've been wearing kebaya for around 2.5 years, and when I start, it's so weird. You are hanging around with your kebaya and your batik or your woven fabric daily. But then that's the way we try to influence people, especially the young. When you wear kebaya, there is a feeling that you are beautiful more than others. Yeah, that's first. And by wearing kebaya and your batik or woven textile, the exclusivity that women always desire, you get it.
Ernie Perwitasari Danik is notorious amongst the group for her dedication to the kebaya. Last year, she rode her motorcycle to Surabaya, a week-long journey, while wearing kebaya for the entirety.
Itu jadi motoran itu bukan hal asing. Terus begitu saya pakai kebaya, senang kebaya, ya nggak menghalangi gitu, hanya cara memakainya disesuaikan dengan motor.
The group meets around twice a month to discuss kebaya and run tutorials on its appropriate wear in the 21st century.
Our members, they come from various backgrounds, housewives, students, female workers, some doctors, businesswomen, those who want to preserve Indonesian cultural heritage, in particular our traditional costume. You are most welcome to our group.
Ultimately, the group is about more than just publicizing Kebaya. It is about the union of local passionate women with a shared respect for traditional Indonesian culture.
Tuh pengennya gitu kan, kemana-mana kita kebaya sampai ke luar negeri, jadi orang mengenal perempuan saya sih, menunjukkan jati diri perempuan Indonesia, itu yang utama. Nah, yang kedua itu berkebaya itu menunjukkan keanggunan.
Thus, female participation is essential to the perseverance of traditional art forms like batik and kebaya. Yet, there is another side to the Indonesian art scene, where women are also contributing to the emergence of modern art forms. In South Jakarta, Gudang's Arena hosts a variety of local artists. The rented warehouse space provides the room, inspiration, and accessibility contemporary artists require. Amongst these are some especially talented female artists. One of the most innovative includes Marishta Sukarna, a freelance illustrator with the artist tag Draw Mama.
We do have a lot of women working in this compound, artist compound. Not a lot of many people know that in Indonesia there's like also like a growing contemporary art in here, and also like the many emerging of female artists in Indonesia. And I think it's important that we introduce ourselves.
In 2015, she collaborated with Ika Vantiani for the Wanita Female Artivism in Indonesia exhibition in Melbourne, Australia.
The kind of stuff that I exposed to is something from outside Indonesia. The challenge then, let's say, to put something from Indonesia itself, like traditional or local or ethnic or whatever element, through my work, I don't think I haven't done that.
Both women work as full-time artists and admit female artists are often stigmatized for not adhering to traditional female roles.
I realized that as a female artist, especially if you have family, you are also, as a wife, as a mother, you have a household to run a part of your own art career, for example, and that's a lot of work. Because being a woman, if that's the kind of life conditions that we have, but then the question is, with that condition expectation from the society and from our own choice to be whatever we want, do we have enough supporting system in our daily life?
Like have this like a norm or like a tradition that's still going strong, like a woman still have to work at home. Like, I mean, professionally there is not that many, but if I observe like through like a social media or like an Instagram, there are many young talented female artists or illustrator in Indonesia.
Furthermore, in Indonesian art, the term feminism remains problematic.
When I start really focusing myself into making art making and start really serious on that, I also obviously let myself just come out with whatever feels right to me in terms of my art. So I think it's interesting that even from way back and write about women, about myself, and then people say in a box of us, you are the female artist, so much into women's issues, so you're pretty much a feminist, and you must make doing this. I think, I believe that it happens organically, which pretty much like just being myself. Just I'm a woman, so I'm doing this.
My art is like very feminine, and I always like start from a woman's point of view, and from that I feel that I can like to express myself with a larger concept. I don't want to say that I'm a feminist because I'm not actively fights like for certain issue. It's a compliment if someone calls me a feminist, because I didn't do nothing. I only express myself as a woman through an artwork.
The biggest challenge for female contemporary artists is not competition within traditional art forms, but rather the underlying patriarchal values in Indonesian culture.
We have so many great female artists in whatever format, but most of the time, those that are being known is still the male. The number is not yet even in par and equal. We have to think about how public will see our work and how they're gonna censor and how they're going to perceive and how they're going to react now it's also become a concern.
Art is an extensive field within Indonesian culture. While there are many women represented through the prevalence of traditional art forms like kebaya and batik, there is also a strong emergence of female contemporary artists. Both forms allow women to utilize art as a medium to express their gendered, religious, and ethnic identity within Indonesian society. As such, the harmonious female expression in both traditional and contemporary art explorations enriches Indonesia's growing art culture. Ebony Harris for UQ in Indonesia.